What's the laziest way for beginners to make money online using AI? That is one of the most common questions I get asked. And honestly, who doesn't want to make good money with minimal effort or while having the freedom to work from anywhere in the world? I've made a video like this before, but since then, AI has changed everything because it can now do 90% of the work for you. So as a millionaire businessman, I'm going to use my knowledge to finally answer this question. Method 1. AI clipping. This is all about getting paid to chop up other people's long-form videos into short clips. And you can use AI to do all of the work for you. You see, big creators have hours of podcasts, YouTube videos, and live streams just sitting there. And they know that short clips, like the ones you might see on TikTok or Instagram, are the easiest way to reach new fans. But you probably didn't realize that these creators will happily pay you to post them. It works because the extra exposure that creators gain from these clips earns them far more money than they pay out. Attention is the most valuable currency on the internet, and right now they're buying it from people like you. So here's exactly how you'd start. Step 1. Find a creator who will pay you to clip up and post their content. The best way to do this is by using a marketplace like this called Content Rewards. Not sponsored, by the way, but I do know the guy that runs it. You can browse through all of these different campaigns to find one that suits your interests and has viral potential. For example, here's a campaign that will pay you to clip Lionel Messi playing football and post it on TikTok. As you can see, they'll pay you $1 for every 1,000 views. So if your clip gets 100,000 views, you get paid $100. And you can post multiple times a day on multiple different accounts. You can download the footage here and then start clipping. Step 2 is to drop the creator's long form videos into an AI clipping tool. I'm using this free one called Opus Clips, but there's loads of options out there. It finds the best moments, cuts the clip, and even adds captions. Step 3, post daily to TikTok, Shorts, and Reels, and submit your links on the marketplace and get paid based on your views. And step 4, double down on whatever style of clip is working and take on more campaigns. But the real question is, how lazy is clipping? For learning curve, I'm going to say 3 days. There's honestly not much to learn. The AI does the editing, the platforms track the views, and the campaigns tell you exactly what they want. AI handles pretty much all the process, so I'm going to put AI does at 90%. The AI finds the moments, makes the cuts, writes the captions, and formats everything for each platform. Your 10% of the work is spent choosing campaigns, posting, and paying attention to what works. Startup capital is only around $15 a month for a decent AI editing platform. And the tool stack, which is how many tools you actually need to learn, is just 2. WAP to find the campaigns, and a tool like Opus Clips, Creo, or CapCut to make the clips. Finally, for competition, I'm afraid the truth hurts on this one. It is very high. When something is this easy to start, everyone jumps in. That's just how money works. Low barriers attract big crowds. The good news is that most people give up within a week or two, so consistency alone puts you ahead of 99% of clippers. But keep an eye on this column as we go through the video, because I've ordered these 7 methods from the most competitive to the least, which means the further we go, the less competition you'll have to deal with and the bigger the opportunities become. Method 2. AI ghostwriting. This involves using AI tools to write social media posts, newsletters, and advertising for businesses, creators, or entrepreneurs. They know they should be posting on LinkedIn, sending out newsletters, and putting out content because that's where their next customers are. But they have zero time to write any of it, so they pay a ghostwriter to do it for them. Now, you might be wondering, why wouldn't they just use ChatGPT and get the job done themselves? Well, because there's a bit more to it than typing in a prompt. So if I were you, this is exactly how I'd start. Step 1 is all about positioning. You need to pick your lane. That could be social media posts, newsletters, website text, or writing Facebook ads. Then pick one niche to focus on, like finance, fitness, tech startups, or real estate. If you specialize in one sector, your clients will see you as a specialist and you'll be able to charge more, especially if you actually understand the niche. Step 2 is to set up a dedicated AI workspace for your client. Now, this is where the magic really starts to happen. First of all, you need to sign into Claude and click Projects and then New Project. I'll give it a name so I can find it later, something like Elon Musk's newsletter. Then comes the important part. Click here to add files and drop in everything you've gathered on your client. This could be old social media posts, past newsletters, podcast appearances, interviews, and anything else you can find. And then click Set Project Instructions. This is where you tell it exactly what you want. As you can see, I've been as detailed as possible here to make sure that it sounds exactly like the client and not some generic robot. Step 3 is to use a research tool like Perplexity to pull what's happening in their industry each week, so everything you write is interesting and fresh. You can ask it something like, what are the biggest stories in electric vehicles this week? And in seconds, you've got the latest stories with links to check them. Step 4, use your research to prompt Claude to write for you. Then go through the research and give it a bit of a human touch. So, how lazy is this? For learning curve, I'm going to say 1 to 2 weeks. If you can read and can tell good writing from boring writing, then you can learn this quickly. The AI handles the research and writing process, so what you're really learning is judgment, and you can pick that up by studying what performs. For AI does, I'd say 75%. AI does the research and the writing, but that missing 25% is about taste. You need to get good at choosing the best angles, editing out the typical AI speech, and knowing what your client would actually say. Startup capital is around $20 to $40 a month in AI subscriptions, and the tool stack is 3. Perplexity for research, Claude for the writing, and maybe some sort of scheduling tool like Typefully for social media posts or Kit for email newsletters. And finally, for competition, I'd say this is high. This is because of how easy AI has made it for ordinary people to become ghostwriters, even without any previous writing skills. But to be fair, most people don't spend enough time learning what performs best and how to properly use the AI tools to their full potential. If you can master that missing 25%, you'll be able to stand out from the competition and charge much higher prices. Method 3, AI websites. This involves building websites for businesses using AI with no coding required. The real money is in creating a specific type of website called a landing page. This is a one-page website designed to sell one thing. They're typically used by course creators, coaches, agencies, or software companies. These businesses create content and run ads and then push their audience to the landing page. And the better the pages are converting people into customers, the more money they can make. Step 1 is to pick an AI page builder and learn it by building a sample page for an imaginary offer so that you've got proof of what you can actually do. If you're a beginner, something like Wix or Hostinger is about as easy as it gets. And honestly, the best way to learn is just to have a go. So I'll type in something like a landing page for a personal trainer selling an online coaching program, clean and modern with a bold call to action. And look at that, it's built me a complete landing page. It's written a headline, laid out the sections, added images, and given me a great starting point. I can even click here to see it on a mobile. Honestly, I'm actually shocked at how good this actually looks from just one prompt. Once you've learned how to use an AI website builder, it's time for step 2. Find businesses who have something to sell and would benefit from a high converting landing page. If you want to learn exactly how to find qualified businesses and get these businesses to pay you for any service, including this one, I'm actually running a free live online training very soon. I'll be breaking down how to start a one-person business using AI, and it's completely free. So if that sounds interesting to you, click the link in the description to secure your spot. And finally, step 3. Charge clients per page to start, then offer to keep optimizing it for a monthly fee. But how lazy is it? Let's have a look. For learning curve, I'm going to say 2 to 4 weeks. These AI website builders have become ridiculously good. Most of your learning time is spent understanding what makes a page convert, which comes down to headlines, proof, and one clear call to action. For AI Does, I'm giving this one 80%. You've seen it for yourself. AI handles all the design work. Some tools even have a feature that will test different versions of the page after launch to see which one converts best. So the AI builds the page, writes the copy, and then optimizes it while you sleep. Your remaining 20% is spent finding and communicating with clients. Startup capital is around $30 a month, depending on which website builder you choose. But many offer free trials so you can practice before spending a penny. And the tool stack is one, a good website builder. And finally, for competition, I'd say it's a medium. Lots of people offer to build websites, but almost nobody builds a page that looks great and actually sells. So if you can focus on generating landing pages that make your clients money, you'll be able to stand out from the crowd and start getting paid. Method 4, AI built Shopify store. This is the ultimate shortcut into e-commerce. A Shopify store where AI picks the products, builds the shop, writes the listings, and ships every order without you touching a thing. I actually tested this out before, and I have to say, I was very impressed with how lazy it actually was and how easy it was to start seeing results. Step 1. Head over to this free AI tool called Build Your Store. I'll leave a link in the description, so feel free to follow along while I go through this. First, I'm going to click Start Your Free Store. Now, the tool guides you through each step, beginning with a prompt for basic details like your name and email. You'll then be asked to choose a niche with popular options like fashion, electronics, and pets. I'm, of course, going to pick fashion as I'm a bit of a fashionista. On to step 2. You'll be prompted to follow a series of steps that guide you through the entire setup. So let me speed run through this now. If you'd like to watch me go through the entire process, I made a whole video on it, so feel free to watch that after this. You should end up with a Shopify store that looks a bit like this. I think that's pretty cool. Now for step 3, you're going to need some products to sell. The easiest way to do this is to connect AutoDS. This is an essential e-commerce tool that uses AI to fill the store with winning products, keeps the prices and images updated, and ships your items straight to your customers. You can actually connect this with Claude too, which is super helpful. And your finished store will end up looking a little bit like this. And the great thing is, this is pretty passive. You don't have to keep track of any inventory, you never package a single order, and you can run the whole thing from your laptop anywhere in the world. Now, for the scores. The learning curve, practically 0. Build Your Store walks you through every single step. If you can fill in an online form, you can do this. You don't need any technical knowledge or design skills. AI does 95%. As you've seen, the AI handles pretty much everything. Your 5% is just choosing a niche and sending people to your store. For startup capital, well, Build Your Store is completely free. Shopify has a 3-day free trial, and AutoDS will only cost 99 cents to get started. So the total here is just 99 cents. For the tool stack, technically there are 3 different tools, so we're right in here, 3. But remember, if you go to Build Your Store with a link in the description, it will walk you through exactly how to set everything up across all the different tools. And finally, for competition, I'd say this is a medium. As you've probably seen, there's a lot of people promoting rubbish products on social media, so the competition is technically medium. However, if you actually take the time to use AI tools to their full potential, you can easily wipe the floor with the competition. As I was planning on covering this method anyway, I reached out to AutoDS to see if they'd sponsor this portion of the video, and they agreed, so make sure to check them out because I genuinely believe that they're the best AI e-com tool out there. Method 5. AI agents. This is all about setting up AI agents for businesses. This is one of the hottest side hustles right now. AI agents are like little digital employees that handle a specific job for a business automatically. The simplest one to set up is probably an AI receptionist, which answers their calls, books appointments, and chases up leads 24 hours a day. This is so valuable because small businesses typically miss over 50% of incoming calls every day. Just think how many sales are slipping through their fingers. So why don't they just set up one of these AI agents themselves? Well, most small business owners are incredibly behind with AI. They don't even know these tools exist, never mind actually using them properly. If you're prepared to learn the process, you become extremely valuable. Let me walk you through it. Step 1, pick one type of local business like a dentist, salons, or plumbers. Step 2, use an AI tool to set up a demo AI receptionist with its own phone number that people can actually ring. I found this one called Dial Zara, so let's give it a go together. I'm going to quickly create an account, then it asks you to describe what the business does so that the AI receptionist can respond appropriately. I'm going to write, I sell personal fitness plans, online coaching to entrepreneurs and business owners. Then click build my receptionist. But for now, let's close that and do a test call to see if it works.
Thanks for calling Tilbury Fitness. You've reached the receptionist. How can I help you today?
Well, I'd like to know a little bit more about your program. So I've got quite a regime for fitness.
Got it. What's your main fitness goal right now?
Really, to get that 6-pack up to an 8.
I hear you want to trim down your midsection. Since this line doesn't provide specific tips, I can take your details and a summary. Then a coach can reach out with tailored advice. What's the best phone number and email to contact you?
Okay, well, you've got my email and phone number, so if you can contact me back on that, that would be absolutely superb. Just use the number I've contacted you now.
Got it. And could you please share your name so I can pass that along with your contact number?
It's Mark the Body Tilbury.
Thanks, Mark. So you want help trimming your midsection to get that 6-pack look. Is there a best time for a coach to call you back?
No, you can call me anytime. Thank you. Even though he left me hanging at the end, that was actually pretty impressive. I'm definitely going to look into adding one of these to my businesses, that is for sure. Step 3 is to walk into local businesses or contact them online and let the owner hear the AI answer live. Once they hear what it's capable of, just like you have, it basically sells itself. Step 4, charge a monthly fee to keep it running. Upsell other AI agents like chatbots and then repeat the process with more businesses. So how lazy is this AI agent method? For learning curve, I'm going to say 1 to 2 months. Not because the tools are hard, but because landing those first couple of clients takes persistence. Once you've got your demo and your first case study, it gets dramatically easier. For AI does, I'd say 85%. The agent answers every call, books the appointments and captures every lead every day without ever having a sick day. And the remaining 15% is the setup and the relationship with the business owner. Startup capital is about $50 per month, depending on which tool you use and how much usage you need. And the tool stack is just one to begin with, because you can add more tools when you're ready to offer a wider variety of agents. And finally, for competition, I'd say this is low. For the first time, this isn't going to feel crowded. This is because most people either don't know about AI agents yet or aren't prepared to spend 1 to 2 months learning the skills required. This leaves a massive opportunity for those who dedicate themselves to doing this before everyone else starts to catch on. But keep watching, because the opportunities continue to grow with the next 2 methods. Method 6. AI avatars. This is all about creating a virtual AI person that looks completely real but doesn't actually exist. In fact, I bet you've watched AI avatars online already without even realizing they weren't real people. Take this for example. It's an avatar that someone is using to sell their physical products, like the ones you can sell on Shopify. But this person is not real. It's completely made with AI. And if I scroll through the comments, you can see that no one's actually realized. That just shows you how powerful AI avatars are already becoming. You can use them to sell your own products like this, or create AI influencers in a specific niche and get paid in sponsorship deals and affiliate income when you promote other brands. And the reason this is so exciting is that it removes every annoying part of being an influencer. your avatar never has to film itself, never has a bad hair day, and never ages. That'd be nice. To start creating an avatar, I'm going to head over to Higgsfield and open up the AI Influencer Studio here. Now I get to design my person, and the great thing is, there's no complicated prompting. It's all just sliders and drop downs. It's sort of like designing a character in a video game. Now, starting with character type, I'm going to select human because obviously we want our avatar to look realistic like the examples I showed you a second ago. Then we can select the gender, ethnicity, skin color, eye color, even skin conditions. There are really so many ways to personalize this avatar. So I'll just select a few of these. Okay, so I've finished my selection, so I can press generate influencer and the AI will generate our very own avatar. And look at that. Honestly, that's brilliant. I could sit here for ages tweaking it, but I'll go for this now as he actually looks scarily like a real person. Now, there are a few more steps involved if I want to bring this character to life and start creating viral content that generates money. So if you want me to do a full video on this and test this side hustle and document the whole process, comment what type of business you'd like me to try to promote with this avatar. So, how does it score? For learning curve, I'm going to say 2 to 3 months. Building an initial avatar only takes a few minutes, as you've seen, but creating a consistent looking face, turning your avatar images into engaging videos, giving them a personality, making them speak, and building an audience online will take a lot longer. For AI Does, I'm giving this one 70%. The AI generates the person, the photos, and the videos, but perfecting the content strategy is an important step that will require more knowledge, organization, and effort. What about startup capital? At the time of making this video, it's around $19 a month. But it varies depending on how many videos you want to create. And the tool stack is just one. Although, if you wanted to use a script writing tool like Claude or a content scheduler, then you could invest in those tools too. Finally, for competition, I'd say this is low. This is a very new industry, and as you saw in the comments of that example video, most people aren't even aware that these AI avatars even exist. This means low competition and huge opportunities for those that master all of the steps. Method 7, AI app building. This is all about building real apps and software without writing a single line of code and then selling them. Custom software used to cost businesses tens of thousands to produce, but now you simply describe the app you want to create and the AI writes the code while you watch it appear on screen. There are two ways to get paid here. You can build apps for businesses and charge per project, or you can launch your own app and charge a small monthly subscription. The first one is the easier place to start because you don't have to handle any marketing or sales. You get paid once to make it, and then again every single month to look after it. To get started, pick an AI app builder like Lovable or Emergent and learn it by recreating something simple that already exists, like a calculator, a booking form, or a quote generator. Let's see if we can create something simple together to test the concept. So I'm going to go over to Emergent and type in my initial prompt. Create an app that helps people track their investments in one place, a portfolio tracker. It's then going to ask me a few questions, and once I've answered those, I'll check back in a few minutes. Okay, so it looks like our app is about ready, so let's take a look. Now, that is genuinely quite impressive to see, and it only took a few minutes. Now, obviously, there's clearly lots of room for improvement. It's definitely not ready to put out into the public, and no one's going to pay for this. So I'd have to spend some more time prompting and testing to get things right. For learning curve, I'm going to say 2 to 3 months. Things will break, and you'll fix them by telling the AI what's wrong. That back and forth is the learning curve. It's not hard like learning code. It's hard like learning to drive. A bit awkward for the first month, but eventually you get used to it. For AI Does, I'd say 80%. The AI writes every line of code, designs the screen, and fixes the bugs you point out. Your 20% is deciding what to build, testing it like a customer would, and selling it. Startup capital is around $25 to $50 a month for the AI tool, depending on which one you use. And the tool stack is just one, an AI app builder. And finally, for competition, it's very low, because most people assume it's too complicated and won't bother spending the time it takes to learn the ropes. If you want to know what to upgrade when you start making money, then I'm going to leave that video right up there. But don't click on it just yet. Make sure to subscribe if you want to grow your wealth. Okay, I'll see you over there.